at feeling great.
When love has her freedom and peace has an expression, surely wisdom shines through the lens of the mind. Om Shanti, I Hridyanka welcome you again to a delightful, fresh episode of Light of Knowledge, and currently we are continuing the series of conversation on life. And today we have invited a very beautiful, pious, enlightened soul to our show. She is the senior Brahma Kumari faculty, Rajyogini Brahma Kumaris Spiritual Center. She took Gyan in year 1974, which was way back in Zambia. Then she travelled back to India, her native place, where she dedicated her life in year 1980. And one very special thing about her is that she has been offering courses on self-management leadership, which is actually a fine blend of Western management philosophy and Indian spiritual wisdom. And apart from this, she has been, giving lectures on the holy scriptures of Ramayana and Gita with her, immense in-depth analysis on them. Now let's welcome her. Om Shanti Didi.
Om Shanti.
It's a pleasure to be with you today.
Sure, it's my pleasure as well to be with all of you today.
And as the show says, it's the light of knowledge.
Yes.
So we are probably here to, share that beautiful experiences of the enlightening point in your life where you felt, okay, this is the way I have to be in my life, and I have to enlighten the minds of all the souls across the globe with the spiritual sustenance that you have received at the Brahma Kumaris.
Yeah. Well, it was a fortune, I would say, that made me realize that I am a chosen one.
That's beautiful.
Because normally in various people's life, I've seen that people search for God and then they find Him. But in my case, my story is completely different. I think I never searched for God, but God searched for me. And that is why I have this feeling that He opened a center for me in Africa to look for me. Otherwise, Africa is known as a jungle.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of land and a lot of jungles, greenery. Very few people in cities, big cities actually. And so, it was like I was in Africa, in those jungles, and God sent angels to find the diamond. Africa is known for diamond mines and gold mines also. So He sent the angels to look for me, and you won't believe, after He took me out of that place, brought me to India, the center closed for 20 years. No center. No Brahma Kumaris. Brahma Kumaris headquarters in Africa shifted from Zambia to Kenya, in Nairobi. And 20 years, nobody was there. So always I have this feeling as if He sent the angels to look for me, and as soon as He found me, took me out, brought me to this land, and the center closed down. Whatever we may say in drama, maybe that the political situation was like changing, and so the sisters also were compelled to move out of the country and establish the headquarters in Nairobi. And after 20 years, then again the sisters went back.
Did you also go along with them?
No, I went back to Zambia after 40 years.
So maybe the diamond was brought to India for polishing.
Maybe. Yeah, because like my spiritual birth was in Africa. Then within a year or two I came to India. And after coming to India, I started receiving the sustenance in India. So took the birth in Africa, sustained by India, Baba's children here, and then my service field started in Bombay. I was in Bombay for 11 years, and then finally landed up in Madhuban. So now I'm eating the fruits in Madhuban.
What is Madhuban?
So, Madhuban is the forest of honey, which literally means the forest of honey, which we call this beautiful campus where we stay here, the headquarters of Brahma Kumaris in Abu. We call that place Madhuban.
Is the place matching the name? Is it something correlated?
Correlated to?
The name. I mean, you said it means a place where we have honey.
So the forest of honey.
Forest of honey.
Madhu means honey. One means forest, the forest of honey.
Why this name was chosen for the place?
Madhuban, this name was given to the headquarters by Brahma Baba, the founder of this organization. And I think he had this vision from Shiv Baba. That's why he gave this place the name as Madhuban. Because for Sri Krishna it is always said, Madhuban mein murli baje, means the flute has always been played in Madhuban, the forest of honey. And people were like, after his flute, whenever he played the flute, there was magic in that flute, in that rhythm. So all the gopis and gopis, they used to run behind that magic and used to encircle him, were able to experience that bliss in life, the supersensuous joy in life. So that is why whenever we sit in meditation and we remember the Supreme, it is like the soul is also like moving towards that Supreme in order to listen to that flute of knowledge.
Okay.
The flute of knowledge. Murli means the flute of knowledge. When the Supreme Father also starts giving that wisdom to the souls, that knowledge, it is beautifully as if it is playing like a flute. It is so melodious. The knowledge is so melodious. The wisdom that he imparts is so melodious that all the souls, they are like willing to listen to that magic, the melodious of that wisdom. And then it becomes very easy for them to inculcate. So that is why the flute of knowledge is always played in the forest of honey.
What I have heard across through Gita is that it's always the Krishna holding the Murli in hand.
Yeah.
And all the gopis running from their home to listen to this beautiful melodious tune of the Murli. So, is it something like that?
Well, when Krishna used to play the flute, definitely it was a rhythm that was coming out. It was music that was coming out. When God utters the spiritual wisdom, the spiritual wisdom is also so melodious that the souls were like aspiring to hear that wisdom since ages. In different satsangs they used to go. But everywhere, wherever they heard like human being talking, or they heard some stories from the scriptures, but they were not able to get that spiritual wisdom. So when they come here, it is like magic working on them, that whatever they think comes true in their life. Whatever they have a thought, they are able to attain that. Their minds are like silent. Their minds experience that peace, experience that bliss. So it is the knowledge which is so melodious, which is compared to that flute which Sri Krishna played.
You have been repeatedly saying about this magic, and I think magic only a magician does. Who is this magician?
Well, for the Supreme also it is said that the Supreme Being is a Supreme Magician.
Okay.
And why we say that he is a magician? Because he transforms human beings into angels.
We have heard a lot about angels in mythology, Bible as well as the Quran, the Holy Quran. And what if I know about it, that the angels with a very beautiful shining body of light, with his wings flying high, and in the times of dearth, problem or in need, the other ones to rescue people or souls around the world. Is that what the angels do? Or is that the magician is trying to make the souls angelic? Is it like that?
Yes. When the Supreme Father comes, descends on this earth, that is when he wants to transform the whole world. And how will he do that? It's not like a magic wand that he's going to play on the whole world, or just wave it on the whole world and the whole world will get transformed. No. Because until and unless human beings do not make the efforts, there is no happiness. Happiness can be only experienced when a person, there is a student. If you don't take his exams and just make him pass from one class to another class, fine. He doesn't know the value of going into a higher class. Nothing special. But when there is a student who does efforts, appears in the exams, and after going through the exams, receives a distinction, the happiness that he experiences, moving forward in his life from one class to a higher grade. The same thing. If God would just wave a magic wand like this on the whole earth and transform the whole world, he can do that. He has the powers. But he would not do it. Why? Because he wants to make the soul's experience, go through the exams.
Not pass, promote, but actually appear for an exam, the real one.
Appear for the exams, and on the basis of that, when they appear for the exams, then their inner potential and inner capabilities, they are being tapped. They are being brought out. And that shines their personality. And that makes them move onto a higher plane through their consciousness. So when they move onto a higher plane through their consciousness, that is when they realize that now God wants us to get transformed. And they make efforts to transform from a human being and reach that stage which is known as the angelic stage.
So, I mean, this magician is working through his words of wisdom or knowledge, of which you called as Murli.
Yes.
And making every soul an angel. Is that what you mean to say?
Yeah, definitely.
And can anybody be an angel?
Yes.
Can I be an angel?
Sure.
What do I need to do for that?
You need to bring out those capabilities, that inner powers, that inner strength out into practical life.
And I think probably this is one factor which distinguishes the Brahmakumaris with the rest of the so-called spiritual and religious institutions around the globe, where we say, we do what we preach.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
So, I mean, have you experienced an angelic stage, or is it like that you're always feeling like an angel, floating from one place to another? Share some experiences with us, please.
Actually, what happens, angels is what we say guiding angels. In the world, people talk about guiding angel. Everyone has their own guardian angel, isn't it? And what they do is they guard and guide. So same thing, when God makes us like such angels, then we also become an instrument of God to guide and guard the souls of the world.
That's beautiful. So, I mean, it's just not becoming an angel, the one we see. I mean, because till now, I had this perception in my mind that is something to be read through mythology or through a fiction story, where an angel would come and suddenly, in your dream, the next day you find everything is all right. So, is it a living reality?
Yes, it is a living reality. Means the angels would not get into turbulence, but they will help people, those who are in a turbulent stage or stressed. They guard them, they help them, they console them, and then they show them a path. So, angel means the one who is light.
Light, how light? I mean,
just as you have said, that you have read in the mythology that they are having bodies of light. Actually, not bodies of light, but their consciousness becomes so light. They don't get stressed up. They become so light that it is like not walking on the earth, but because they are uplifted in their consciousness, the feet of their consciousness does not touch the physical body, the ground. In body consciousness, that means they are like walking, but with that lightness. They don't get stressed because they have to relieve others from stress.
Is it like lightness in the mind and attitude?
Yes.
So how can we attain that? I mean, does it build gradually?
Yes. You need to practice.
Okay.
And slowly and gradually, as you go on practicing, you can attain that stage.
Okay,
and spiritual wisdom actually helps us. It guides us
to attain that angelic form.
Yes, yes.
That's beautiful. I mean, the one question striking to my mind, someone who has a family and probably working in an MNC in India, and we know how MNCs are these days. You have to work 24/7 to give your best shot. Once you attain the 100% target, you walk on to get that 120%. And sometimes it brings you down mentally and physically. So, I mean, is it really a possibility that that soul who has taken the economic responsibility of the household, the kids, the parents, the wife, I mean, is it so easy?
It is easy because at this present time you may feel it is difficult because they are so much entangled in the not just body consciousness but in the attachments. That this is my family, this is my child, my husband, my parents. So when they are entangled in it, it becomes difficult. But just as in order to actually see a situation, you need to move up and take a bird's view and you can see the whole thing. So similarly, when I am able to detach myself from this I, the so-called I, and my, then I am with everyone, being with everyone, doing all the work, but because the clutches of I and my, that ego, does not pull me down.
Well, I have heard that you have this very beautiful art of, carrying the souls away by giving them a flight to their mind and taking them into a transcendence maybe. So I would like now you to help us to drive into that angelic form away from the fetters of the physical world.
So fine, let us sit for some moments as I give you the thoughts, don't just try to repeat those thoughts, but try to go into the feelings of those thoughts. Feel them. Om Shanti. Sit comfortably with your back straight and keep your eyes open or closed, whichever way you feel comfortable. And first of all, let us feel that I am a spiritual energy in this body. This body is like a costume that I've put on to play my role in this physical world, but I am separate. I visualize myself as a divine star in the center of the forehead. And I lift my consciousness from body to soul. Realizing I am a beautiful soul. Divine light. A pure being. I can see my original form as a being of light. I shed all the stresses and strains of the day. Relax the mind. Feel light from within. This is my true form. Om Shanti. Shanti. Om Shanti.
This was so angelic. Very beautiful.
Thank you.
And it felt as if light, that's one word. And in the next episode, as you mentioned, we would like to discover the difference between I and my, and attaining the angelic stage, especially in the chaotic world like today. I still want to think about it. Can it be a living reality for all of us?
Sure.
I thank you so much for joining us for this beautiful show today.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So now I want all the viewers to join us for this very beautiful next episode in which we discover the difference between I and my, and is it really a living reality that we can attain a detachment from everything of the outside to attain the angelic stage. Stay tuned with us. Thank you. Om Shanti.